Meaning of the word Krishna. Krishna is the name of this cosmological order. He is the name of this cosmos-psychic system. He attracts everybody towards himself with the help of his concentric force. This concentric force is called Vidya Maya in Sanskrit. So he who attracts everybody towards himself, the great attractor, the great charmer. Krishna means the great charmer. He who charms the entire universe. Another popular name is Narayan. Narayan is a very popular name of our Lord. Nara means, the word Nar has got three meanings in Sanskrit. One meaning is Nar means near, that is water. Another meaning is devotion. You know, the Rishi Narada. Narada means he who distributes Nara, he who distributes Bhakti, he who distributes devotion is Narada. Da means donor. Narada. And second meaning is devotion, Bhakti. And the third meaning is the cosmic operative principle. So, Narayan means shelter. So, Narayan means shelter of the cosmic operative principle. That operative principle may be in the basic stage, may be in the primordial state, may be in the vibrational stage, but he is the shelter of that operative principle. He is the ayan of Nara. Narasya ayana ityarthe Narayana. Cosmic cognitive principle is the transcendental entity, and the cosmic operative principle is his innate principle. Cosmic operative principle is not a transcendental entity, it is an innate principle. So, that cosmic transcendental entity is the Narayana, shelter of Prakriti, shelter of the operative principle. Hence, he is called Narayana. Another popular name is Madhava. Madhava also means Narayan. The word Ma has got two meanings. One meaning of Ma is Indriya, sensual organ. And Dhaba means controller, Dhaba means owner, Dhaba means husband. So that Madhava means controller of the operative principle. One meaning of Ma is Indriya, and another meaning of Ma is the operative principle. The Madhava, Dhava means controller, Madhava means the controller of the cosmic operative principle. So Madhava and Narayana got the same meaning. Another popular name is Ishvara. One meaning of Ishvara is controller. He who controls all functional business of the universe is Ishvara. Another meaning of Ishvara is he who has got Aishwarya. Aishwarya means certain occult powers. He who has developed certain occult powers is Ishvara. And another meaning of Ishvara is Klesha Karma Vipakashayera Paramrishta Purusha Visheshayara. He who remains unassailed by worldly pains and sufferings, by actions, and who remains unaffected by unserved sanskaras, by reactive momenta is Ishvara and Vipakashaya, and who requires no shelter, who is not to be ensconced in any other shelter, is Ishvara. And another popular name is Bhagavan. Bhagavan, Bhaga plus Matu Prasama Ekvachan, Bhagavan. Bhaga means Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Jastasya Jnana Vairagasya Tusannam Bhagayata Smritam. Bhaga is the collective name of Aishwarya, Virya, Jasha, Sri, Jnana and Vairagya. So he who has got these 6 attributes is Bhagavana, owner of Bhaga, and Bhaga is the collection of these 6 attributes. Bhagavana. Another name is not very popular. Another name is Swadha. Swadha means he who is guided by his own law, own system, own constitution. He is the maker of the system. He is the maker of the constitution, and he is the first follower of that constitution. Is Swadha. The Persian term for Swadha is Khuda. That is an autonomous entity, not being guided by anything external, is Swadha. In Sadhana Marga, spiritual aspirants are called Brahma Sadhaka. Here Brahma Sadhaka, why this word Brahma Sadhaka is used for spiritual aspirants? Although the cosmic consciousness, that is the cognitive principle, is the object of ideation of all spiritual aspirants, still is called Brahma Sadhaka. Spiritual aspirants are called Brahma Sadhaka. Why? Brahma is the collective name of the cosmic cognitive principle and the cosmic operative principle. Although the cognitive principle is the object of ideation, but a spiritual aspirant cannot keep himself aloof from worldly business, because his physical structure is a part of this quintelemental world. He cannot remain away from this observable universe. His mental structure, it is also a part of it is also an expression of the macro-psychic connection. So, will have to come in contact with physicality. But while coming in contact with physicality, certainly for some time will have to accept physical objects as his object of ideation. And if any physical object is taken as an object of ideation, what will happen? He will dirt himself away from the nib of the universe. This dirting away from the nib of the universe means negative introversion. A sadhaka, a spiritual aspirant cannot do it. So, while coming in contact with any object of this quinquelemental world, will have to ascribe Brahmahood to those objects. This ascription of Brahmahood saves him from downfall. Human longings are trilateral. So he will have to come in contact with physical objects, and he will have to ascribe Brahmahood to these physical objects. And these physical objects are not creation of the cognitive principle or of operative principle, but a creation of both of them. Both of them have jointly created this universe. So, while ascribing Brahmahood, we will have to think of Prakriti also. That's why a spiritual aspirant is not called Purusha Sadhaka or Prakriti Sadhaka, is called Brahma Sadhaka. And as you are all spiritual aspirants, I would like that you should be Brahma Sadhaka, and in your life there should be a proper adjustment amongst your physical longings, your intellectual longings, and your spiritual longings. That is, your life should be a balanced life. There should be proper adjustment between mundanity and spirituality. Kalya.